Are you like me, fascinated with past lives? Do you feel like you've lived many lives? Our souls are learning through living lives with many people in many different roles. We live in different cultures, we live as different genders, and all of this is towards our soul's greater evolution. We have different roles in different places with different people. Some are karmic and some are part of our soul family. Either way, we will repeat these lessons if we don't get them right. So what are some sure signs that you have already lived many lives? Number one is reoccurring dreams. So if you've ever had a dream that you were someone else, but you keep dreaming this over and over, or you keep dreaming about the same place, or perhaps you're dreaming about people you've never met, or perhaps it's people you have met, but they're in very different roles. Those are definitely past life dreams. If you keep dreaming about the same scenarios over and over again, your subconscious may be trying to show you something that is important, an important detail that relates to your life right now. The way you know you're having a past life dream is if it's reoccurring, like I said, but you'll also notice that it feels very, very real and it's very, very vivid. Two is deja vu. And deja vu is where you feel like you have done this before, or you feel like you have met someone before. It's you sensing or kind of saying, I've been here before, I've done this before, I've met you before. Feeling like you've been somewhere before, but you've never even heard of that place. Or feeling like you've done something before, like an action or a talent that you have. 3, you read people well. You have a high intuition and you're able to tell upon meeting someone whether they're good or not good. You can tell by their vibe. You can do this with places too, or you can walk in a room and know if there's been like a fight or an argument. You can feel the tension. But if you read people really well, you might also have instances where somebody feels like they've met you before, or you feel like you've met them before. Just know it's very likely that you could have shared a past life with this person, even if they were in your life for a brief period of time. We meet thousands of souls through all of our lifetimes. 4 is fear, and if you have like some irrational fear, like a phobia that developed where you don't really know how or why, or there's no real trace like back to how this phobia or fear developed. It's usually something crippling, like a fear of heights, and you will not go up a tall building. Or it could be fear of flying or fear of sailing. In your past life, you may have had a tragic accident on the water and you don't want to go on a boat. It could have been a plane and you don't want to go on a plane. Or maybe you have this really strange fear of dogs and you don't know why. Maybe in a past life you were bit or attacked by dogs. Trauma can travel with the soul. Sometimes something is so traumatic or so tragic, we can fragment tiny pieces of our soul's energy or our soul's essence. We can like leave little pieces of ourselves behind. Remember, energy can only be created, it cannot be destroyed. But irrational fears could be tied to your past life. Maybe you're afraid of sharks, you don't want to go in the ocean, you could have been eaten by a shark in a past life. 5, you might be more introverted. You might be someone who likes their quiet time, their peace. You know, you need like your space. You need time to decompress or relax or unwind. You need time sometimes to kind of shut down the social contact. You might have a small circle of friends, and you might love the company of your closest kin and your family and your pets over like strangers or acquaintances or certain people. 6, you have memories that you can't quite explain, and perhaps no one in your family or tribe can explain them either. Those memories might be memories that you haven't even experienced in this life. There's been studies done with children that remember their past lives, and quite vividly. So if you have some strange memories from another time or strange memories that you cannot place, that could be a sign that you have lived many past lives and that memory is bleeding through. Also, if you're really talented at something that you never did before, like picking up knitting needles and learning it, boom, just like that, or shooting a bow and arrow and hitting the target perfectly. You might have been a marksman in your past life. 7, you long for other places that you want to visit. There's other places in the world that you're very drawn to, and you don't know why. You have a magnetic pull almost to these places. Perhaps you want to see the land, you want to know about the culture, or it just feels like it would feel like home to you. If a certain timeline in history calls to you, or a certain era you may have lived through. 8, you can't stand superficial people or fake situations with fake people. You can tell right away if somebody's phony. You're the kind of person that wants deep connections. You want to have deep conversations. You don't want to talk about superficial garbage. And you hate gossip. You're highly sensitive, you're intuitive, you might resonate with empath qualities or witch qualities or starseed qualities or traits. You might be sensitive to energies with different people, different places. You might also absorb or take on those energies. You may have a high level of intuition, ESP, or clair abilities. You might dislike crowds and get drained often. You may be precognitive, where you have like a knowing and knowing of the future. You might get visions or make predictions that come true. This includes psychic dreams. I think we're on 10. You have soul connections. Like you have deep connections with people that you just know it's on a soul level. This could be soulmates. This could be you've met your twin flame and you've united with your twin flame. It also means the people in your life are very special. You might have contracts with these people that you're playing out. These could be like romantic connections, soul connections, or they could be platonic soul connections. These are your tribe and these are your soul family people. You have been with these people in other roles, in other lives. 12, you just feel older. You might have always felt this way. You might have been like as a kid, like almost like in an older energy, like a big sister or almost even mother energy. You might have always been like the mom of your friend group. Old souls and people who have had many lives don't usually feel their age. Old souls tend to be more nostalgic, more reflective, more traditional, more appreciative of the past and traditions, the beauty of the earth. And we tend to be wise beyond our years. So let me know, do these feel like you? And leave me some comments. Do you feel like a old soul who has lived many, many lives?